Bayelsa State. This one company collected all of that money. And I don't know, maybe we should ask the people of these areas. How far with those rice? Did you get them? Gary and all that. Now, these are a few ones among those who shared the 729 billion naira. That is just a bit over a quarter of a billion naira just for one individual. But there is lists of long names of those private guys who kind of draw money and all of that. They call them suppliers, they call them partners, and the rest of that. So when Omo Beta Edu came, within just a space of 6 months, Beta Edu herself has already approved over 7 billion naira. The money was to go and review the register of the poor people in Nigeria. They share 7 billion naira. The money went into private account of individuals. Those are the people to put the register together. Where is the register? At the end of the day, there is no register. It is just the tradition that you can go back to the farm and farm. What about their lawmakers? One of them was on a channel's television program, okay, last night or yesterday. And he was being kind of asked about the state of the country and how these guys are mercilessly, like ruthlessly, okay, looting and depleting Nigeria in the face of the hardship that they themselves can attest to. Oh dear, you need to listen to his defense. You remember the other day we watched one of them. We have brought you another, what do you call another APC? People destroying people member, but it's one of those clowns making laws for Nigeria, supposedly.
For asking that question, and this is why, we've had conversation across board with some of these unions and all of that. The reference is always to the National Assembly most of the time. When government comes to them and say, look at the fiscal challenges we're having, for the demands you're making, we could prorata or we may not be able to pay or whatever reason the government will give. They come back and say, members of the National Assembly go home with humongous amounts every month, and they don't know what they are doing as professionals in their own field, in their own right, with due respect to the National Assembly. So the question is the National Assembly sometimes sitting down to look inwards to ask themselves, why do people always refer to distinguish? Just hold on. Why do people always refer to us? Is there something you can do in terms of cutting costs of your own institution so that we can, transfer some of this money to attend to other issues? Just to be mild on this one.
Yes, thank you very much, my great brother. Look, we have 3 arms of government. There is the legislative arm, there is the executive arm, and there is the judiciary. Now, these 3 arms, they have their separate budgets. The budget of executive, that is where the issue of Minister of Education takes their own. That of the judiciary is where the courts and the other agencies under the judiciary take their own. Then that of the National Assembly is for the legislation. And so our budgets do not interwoven. So what is due to the legislation will not be used as a sacrifice to the executive. And then the issue at hand is about allowances and salaries of SANO and NASU members, which is not embedded in the budget of the National Assembly. So if they're asking for what belongs to them, I don't think it is the National Assembly that will now use their own emoluments or whatever, either overhead or capital, to satisfy that. So for this, don't let us mix all these things together. Now let us go straight to the issue of NASU, ASU, and SANO. Then ASU had been maybe answered to a very large extent. Then it now remains NASU and SANO. So now let us sit down to talk to NASU and SANO with Federal Ministry of Education. So if there's whatever we can do to make sure that there's not going to be any kind of labor dispute, That is where we are now on this one.
The thing
so
is,
the
if I'm
issue of saying that
if I'm a button, sir,
or a House of Representatives member, for him not to take a salary, that we have to use that salary to pay an arrears for a lecturer.
No, the thing is, we're not missing. Just my apologies.
There are salary components. There are salary components. There are salary components in the budgets of the Federal Ministry of Education, which had been appropriated appropriately. And that
all right, the thing is, I don't want us to mix the
SANU
issues.
And NASU people will now.
Nobody is trying to take your salaries. Let's be very clear.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
Nigerians,
what are you saying?
nobody is trying to take your salaries. Nigerians say that the National Assembly members, you're earning the money you're getting for the job you're doing is too much. It is time to scale down and cut costs. So let me ask you a straight question. Because most of them, no, hold on, distinguished. Just hold on.
Mr. Journalist, before you go on, Mr. Journalist, you are a journalist. Mr. Journalist, you are a journalist. Before a journalist can allege and agree and ask a question, then it means that you have done a great investigation. What is that money that the National Assembly members are earning, that it is impeding the progress of development in Nigeria? I have not seen. And
so let me ask the question.
Because,
let me just ask the question.
Like I said.
Can I ask the question?
Like I said, please. Like I said, the 2023 budget and 2024 budget, the budget of the National Assembly is not up to 1% of the whole budget. It's not up to. And the National Assembly is an arm of government. That is the legislative arm of government. It is not up to 1% of the budget. And so within this budget, that is where salaries of legislators...
For asking that question.
Senator Nigba, no gree for anybody, Senator. No gree, may they use your salary, until the citizens will bring the bottle and the blow. They are the only people who can, who can deal with you. Any journalist where they tell you, say, make you cut your salary for call you or for judges, no gree. That is the state of Nigeria. We cannot use our house now. Go and ask other people to pay them. That won't be us. Okay? You have to be those who make the sacrifices. It gets worse. I'll let him finish.
And so within this budget, that is where salaries of legislators are. That is where salaries of all the auxiliary staff in the National Assembly are. That is where either the bureaucrats, the technocrats, the support staff of the National Assembly, which are more than 20,000 or 50, even up to 50,000. That is where that one is. And it is less than 1% of the annual budget of the Federation.
Okay,
so
Senator, if I'm a button, so that we can jump to other issues.
That do the appropriation. Are you now saying that the National Assembly that is doing the appropriation is not entitled to an...
All right, if you allow me for a minute, distinguish, just hang on so that we can have a conversation. All right, I've been allowing you to talk, so you let me talk as well. So let me ask you straight questions. How much does an average senator go home with in a month? It's a direct question, so direct answer.
Yes, it's a direct question, and I will give you a direct answer. The direct answer that I will give you is that if I tell you it's 10 naira, you will not believe it. You are a journalist. There is Freedom of Information Act. Go and use it and find out and show the evidence openly to Nigerians so that no senator will come here or House of Representatives person will come here and deny it. That is the best way to get it.
It's not as if we don't have the number. You are the one that is earning the. No, it's not a.
Look,
it's not a combat. It's just a question.
If you tell me a figure, and I now dispute it, how are you going to...
All right, just give Nigerians a figure. I'm not going to say the figure I have, but give Nigerians a figure.
We who assert must prove.
Your money is public money. We know how appropriation is done. It's a simple question. How much do you earn? Nobody's going to doubt your position.
When my brother, when something becomes controversial, then the third party, which you are, the journalist, which you are now supposed to establish the veracity. You have to establish the truth. Please use that act, get to it, and just present it to the Nigerians that this is what a House of Assembly, a House of Representatives, and the Senator hands. Not allegations, because at times.
Distinguished, I don't want to belabor the issue. I knew why I asked that question. I know the budget of the National Assembly. We know how these expenditures are done. I wanted it to. You are the spokesperson of the Senate, so it's within your right to help us understand the things we don't know. So if we don't have that information, which we do, we'll ask you.
Whatever you don't know, you cannot bring somebody, an offender, to the court, and you are now asking from that offender to provide you with the evidence.
There is no offender. Senator,
so since the National Assembly member,
there is no offender here. I'm not going to divulge. So let's move on. Let's move on.
Assembly to provide you with the evidence. Is it possible? The evidence that is going to provide is going to be an evidence that will support his own story. So please.
So let me just ask you a question.
That will not support his own story.
Let me just ask you a question, distinguished. I want to move on so that I don't belabor the issue. I knew why I asked that question, and I know why I wanted a response from you, but you refused to answer the question. I'm going to come back to it. But let me ask you, isn't it time? Hold on. Hold on.
To belabor it, please.
Hold on, no. I am the one asking questions.
Journalist. I want us to belabor it. I want us to rest this thing once for all. I want us to rest it once for all.
Distinguished, hold on.
The media people that can help us. It is you that can help Nigerians.
Absolutely.
That can help Nigerians.
All right, so I want to ask you.
Freedom of Information Act.
It's okay. Hold on. Distinguished, can you just hold on?
Write a letter to us. In fact, to the office of the clerk of the National Assembly.
Can I ask my question now, distinguished? Can I?
Nuisance, Lele.
That's what they do. It's a simple question. How much do you earn? An honest question. Well, my salary as a senator, a ranking senator, spokesperson for the Senate is 57 million naira. But I can explain to you how I come about that. Because I have to pay this, I have to pay that, and all of this is, that's an honest thing, right? You can't say it. They go so now. But people know. I expected the journalists to just say it and say, well, the entire package, your take-home package, including the recently increased 104% salary increase that Ifnumbu announced. If we put all of that together, your take-home pay is 45 million. Your take-home pay is 50 million. Just say it. Now they were like going back and forth. It's a controversy. These guys increased their budget from 124 billion to over 400 billion themselves. You know what is called there is a commission. They call them the National Assembly Commission or something. They are those who are in charge of their, the staffing and all that stuff. They wrote the budget, and the budget was 124 billion in 2023. These guys changed it to over 400 billion. So far, between 2023 December and now, these guys have drawn more than 300 billion from Nigerian purse. They wrote it themselves. It's like blank check. That's why they won't say it until the day you go after them. And it's going to happen. I saw one Abobaku that missed his road on my Facebook yesterday, and he was asking that people should come back home and join them to fight. I said that they don't give us small money where they give you again. Because recently we have seen that some of you, the Ronukus, right? The sewage dwellers, as I kind of like to call you too. The Ronukus,
that would always stand and defend these criminals, especially the APC. Lately, the suffering and smiling sufferhead wearies that usually jump here and there on social media, trying to most of the time deviate the people from serious conversation, so to say, right? Now we know that majority of you are doing that out of your politically motivated hatred. And one of you recently repented and came to public. Nobody will come to fight there. You will fight. Tifnumbu and the gang, they will destroy you. And those of you that will survive, even among you, the Ronukus, you will stand up and fight. Now, the guy is, the lady, Awa, I told you about her, the one that reported bad roads in Ogun State, because she's partly Yoruba and partly Kanuri. I'm not 100% sure if that, okay, but she's related to Yoruba. So she decided to share the horrible state of roads of Ogun State. And people kind of like, it's true, it's this. Then the Ronukus decided to caution her. When she felt like, no, don't caution me. We should all be supporting good governance. Everything that is not, that is bad, we should expose it. We are the ones who are suffering it. They said, you cannot be criticizing Yoruba, any Yoruba governor. Because if you are criticizing this Yoruba governor, the non-Yorubas, they will begin to insult them. So listen, we know that you love Yoruba. Like, okay, that's enough now. Stop talking. And she was like, no, don't bully me. Don't bully me, your mom. They just told her that she's an agent sent to come and destabilize Yoruba land. Dubious Dapo was supposed to do his job. Everybody should kind of speak out and make him do his job. Which one is tribalism here? I'm also Yoruba. Say, no, you are not Yoruba. You are just fixed class Yoruba. Now so the Ronuku fight started. So this is from yesterday now. It will like say the fight no go end. But the saddest thing is that this guy is said to be partly Yoruba, as well as partly maybe Kanuri or so, right? This is supposed to be between the Ronukus, the Yoruba Ronukus, as well as their supposed Kanuri brothers or cousins. Wetin bring Igbo into it? It is similar to the ass lickers, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, all these Facebook bandits and then social media herdsmen that will come here and tell you whatever is going on in Nigeria, it's not the first time. It has been happening before. Let us just pray. Olori Buruku ni won dabi Mosheda, right? They are politically motivated. They are politically sponsored in a way to kind of like, but once in a while, so the girl was on Twitter this morning, right? And she was like, categories of people aggressively supporting Yoruba Ronu, lazy media aid of government officials, Yoruba nations agitators, closet bigots, bored diasporans, abroadians, people who have lost hope in life, easily brainwashed people. He said this, and the Ronukus have been going after her. In one of her tantrums, she went all out like this.
Meaning we are conquered already? Meaning politicians have conquered us? You too that they are paying 50,000, 100,000, set your conscience. Are you not wicked? Are you not wicked? Why will they pay you to malign somebody that wants to do good? Why will they pay you and you collect? Even if they collect you, you will systematically do it. Why will you join forces with agitators, Yoruba nation people, to come and say that you are doing Think Yoruba First? Why are you lying to people that believe in the Ronu? Why are you lying to people that are actually conservatives? Why are you lying to people that actually want to protect their culture? Why are you using that to tap into their bias to get them on your side to become fighters and protect bad leadership? Why? Why? Why is it that we cannot gather ourselves and do something right for once? I don't need to be doing this. I'm just always too passionate about it. I can't look away. I don't need to be doing this. Alhamdulillah, I don't need to. But when I see how conquered Nigerian youths are, I'm wondering, when will it ever be our time? When? Come on, Ogun State. They turn the whole thing to Yoruba agenda. People start believing them. People start parading it. People start saying it's true. I told these people, I said, do not attack me. Stop attacking me. They kept on attacking me. Go and look at the handles that are attacking. Link all their handles together. Why would they tap into you because you are Yoruba? Buhari, when Buhari was in power, I never said that we're from the same place. I was tackling Buhari. When I was tackling Buhari, some of them were calling me that, Hawa, you know that you are supporting Bat. Don't abuse Buhari. We're trying to get power. I said, I don't do things for anybody. I'm supporting Bat out of my free will. I believe that Bat achieved a lot in Lagos. He will achieve a lot in Nigeria, and I'm giving him my 100% support. If Buhari is failing Nigerians, I will talk about Buhari. I never answered them. Now that Nigerians are complaining, things are not working. And even as much as I do not want to really talk or to be a voice that is loud, it is now that people that are earning 50,000, 100,000 will now be fighting and bringing tribe and religion. Nobody has talked about fuel scarcity. We are all shouting Yoruba Ronu, Hausa this, Northerners against this thing, Igbos are against this thing. Why are you conquered? Why are you conquered? I'm just going to mute for some time. Please, I'll accept people now. Daddy of Joss, you can go first, please. Meaning we are...
No more peaceful protests again now. Because peaceful protests, no, they work. Yes, peaceful protests, you know they work. More turn out to one man, more enter so scatter everywhere. More shook, waiting no good. More
Everything shook. So our is raging that because he thought Tinubu achieved a lot in Lagos, he will achieve a lot for Nigeria. That's why she supported Tinubu. Then the Ronukus are using their biases, their hatred towards other tribes to now draw the Ronukus to their side, Yorubas to their side, making them believe that when they speak out like that, with their hateful and hatred and divisive rhetorics, right, they are doing so to preserve Yoruba culture. Meanwhile, it wasn't to preserve Yoruba culture. It is to preserve the criminal politicians from Yoruba land. It's not about Yoruba. Awa found out and she's so raging. You know, take time. Awa was right. Awa is not Igbo. But listen to a Ronuku reacting. Just a typical Ronuku reacting. Ronu Nazi.
Outside part is the problem caused by the Igbos. The challenges we are facing right now, they were the cause of all these challenges we face today. But they want to insult you, they want to cut you short, they want to intimidate you. You cannot intimidate me. Me personally, nobody on this planet Earth can intimidate me. The only thing is I don't have the capacity to make some certain kind of decisions, and that is the only luck you people are having. If not, I swear no Igbo man will be in any part of the South. But I'm saying this I will round up with this, right? Yoruba people, you people have the numbers, you have the capacity. I wish I was from that region where I know that we have millions of people, and we are multiples in numbers, multitudes. If you people allow these people to gaslight you, they might come in different form. They might come in the peace form. They might come in friendship way. They might come in terms of education and anything. Do not allow them. A problem of a Lagosian is the problem of the whole of the Southwest. Make it a priority. The day you fail, the day they succeed in dividing you, because their access point is to divide you. When they divide you, they take you one by one because they know it's easier to take you one by one. You understand? In Lagos State, every Yoruba person should stand up. You know, you, the Yoruba people, know the indigenous people of Lagos. Stand up for the indigenous people. Say that indigenous people are the one that will own the positions here. The market, in the market, in the government, in every aspect, they are the indigenous people will own it. Stand by them. They need you. They cannot do it alone. They need you because they have overrun them by population. They need you for them to be able to achieve whatsoever they want to achieve in that state. Because that is what we are suffering today. We are trying to face our problem. If the problem is too big for us to face, I do not want other people to face what we are facing today. But by the special grace of God, we will overcome someday. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
That one now from Edo State too. Hey, Martinelli, they around. Martinelli.